Hey, what's up, everyone? This is LaShonda Prim, and I want to welcome you back to my channel. Today, I wanted to talk with you guys about something that I have been going through, and it has so much power behind it. Like, it's such an eye opener, and it made me just want to be so grateful and just want to make me share like all of my experiences with you guys, but I only have a little bit of time. So I wanted to share this particular scenario with you all, okay? So stay tuned. Let's get to it. All right. So on last Sunday, I walked into church and I was feeling like, a little discouraged and having a lot of things on my mind. Sometimes things weigh heavy on you because you're trying to figure it out all on your own. And, God always says that if you lay your burdens upon me, then he'll give you rest. Like, I mean, if you do that, then he'll give it to you. But sometimes we just don't know how to do that. We try to solve problems on our own, and that's me. I always try to figure out how to solve the problem when I am not the problem solver, okay? So, what I have realized is that in this season, this is a faith based season for everyone that I have seen, like trying to reach their goals, trying to start a business, trying to go into the music industry, trying to increase their financial stability, trying to purchase homes, trying to purchase cars, trying to change out of toxic relationships into relationships that will be beneficial to them. And, like so many people are in such a faith-based season right now where they are literally walking by faith. Well, God told me to tell you guys that this is a faith season, but you will not be able to move forward until you pass this test, okay? Let me tell you why I say that. I walked into church on Sunday before last, and when I went to church, um, I was running a little late. Like I said, I was feeling a little discouraged. Didn't really want to go, but I made myself go because I know that when I walk through the doors, like there's always going to be a word for me. That's the one thing that I do believe, that anytime I walk through the doors of the church, any church, I don't care where it is, there is going to be a word for me. Okay. So, I walked in, and sure enough, the choir was singing, and everybody was up on their feet. They were clapping, and guess what the words were to the song? Like, I sat down, I started listening, and the words were, you can have faith, but you must, keyword is must, believe, okay? You must believe even when you have faith, okay? If you don't believe in what it is that you have faith for, then it's just like saying the little cliche scenario, faith without works is dead, and work without faith is the same, okay? So if you're working towards what you have faith in, that means that you believe in that thing, right? Okay, so if you have faith in something and you choose to get out there and go grind for it, then that means that you believe in it, okay? You believe in the cause. You believe in what it is that you're working for. You believe that what you work for will bring fruit to you, okay? So I sat down. I was just like, man, I was like, how can I make this vision work that God has given me? I feel like sometimes I get overwhelmed because the vision is so big and it can be scary. But I have this saying right here in front of me, is right in front of my desk, y'all. It says, if your dreams don't scare you, then they are not big enough. Okay. And I try to remind myself of that all the time when I start on a new adventure, when I begin to dream bigger than what I've ever dreamed before, when I begin to go into new territory territories and trying to build new things in life, I think about that. I said, now, you know what, Lord, like, you're going to have to guide me through this, because you said that if my dreams ain't big enough, if my dreams don't scare me, then it's not big enough. And I believe that you're going to help me through this. I believe that you gave me the vision, so you're going to make the provision. I believe that you gave me this vision so that I will be able to change someone else's life and someone else's perspective, okay? The way that they see things, the way that they handle things. When they look at me, they should see a version of your son, Jesus Christ, because I am a direct reflection of him, and he is a direct reflection of you. So if we are both direct reflections of you, then when they see me, they ought to see my Father. Okay? So I always try to remember things like that, because you will get so discouraged, and sometimes the enemy wants you to stay right there. He wants you to stay there where you're going to feel so discouraged that you can't move forward, that you won't be able to go out, chase that dream, to be able to even have that vision anymore. It's like the vision will disappear after a while, because you're just like, oh, I don't know if that's for me or not. I don't know if I should do it. No. That's not true. It is your vision. God gave you the vision. Then he will make it plain. He will make it clear of how you are going to live out that vision. Okay. You will bring that vision to pass. Okay. You just have to be patient. You have to know that God is not going to give you something and then take it back from you. That's not how he rolls. He gives it to you for a specific reason, because you are the person that can carry out that task. And it's not too big for you. It may seem overwhelming. And even on yesterday, I mean, listen, this word has been coming to me constantly. Like, I have been dreaming about this thing. I have been dreaming about having faith. I have been dreaming about being obedient and listening to God's voice, and knowing when he's speaking to me. And I walked in church on yesterday. I wasn't feeling good last week, and it made me second guess something that I was already in the process of creating for me, okay? Which meant that it was going to be kind of like a toss-up of, okay, is your health more important, or is this business more important? Okay. And I said, no. I was like, God, you didn't bring me this far for me to have to try to choose between life and being able to have life and have it more abundantly. Because in your word, that's what you said. You said that you come that we might have life and have it more abundantly. Okay. So I choose to believe that you are telling me that this is the right road that I'm on. So I'm going to get up this morning and I'm going to go to church. And I went to church on yesterday. I got up and I second guessed myself. I said, oh, maybe we'll just watch the online stream. And, I walked in the kids' room and they were up bright and early and they were already dressed. I said, okay, Lord, I get the point. Okay. Everybody was dressed except for me. Okay. So I ended up going to church on yesterday, and he was talking about how palm trees are so significant, how they're so strong, how they can withstand so much, okay? And I wanted to just share a little bit about that with you, okay? I have my notes right here because I wrote it down because it just caught my attention, and I realized that, a lot of us, we are like the palm tree, okay? We are those palm trees that we see. So the topic of the sermon was victory is mine, okay? Just remember that victory is mine. Victory is already yours. You just have to believe that it's yours, okay? All right. So the palm tree, they're so strong, they will bend, but they will never break. Even in a storm, he said that the palm tree has the ability to bend almost all the way to the ground, but it will not break, and then it bounce right back up, okay, once the wind goes away. Now, that shows resiliency. That's you. That's me. That's everybody who is going through a storm in their life right now, or whoever has been through a storm. Like, you have the ability to bounce back. And I always tell people, you got that bounce back spirit in you. You got to get up and time again. Every time you get knocked down, bounce back up and do it again. Because guess what? You don't know when you're going to actually hit that goal. But if you give up, you definitely will never hit it. Okay? So you got to be like that palm tree and have that bounce back spirit. You going to bend, but you won't break. Okay? So remember that. He also said that, and this was so significant, he said that when you look at a palm tree, you could tell that the sweetest palm trees are the ones that have the most scars on the tree, the bottom of the tree. You know, you can see scars and marks on them, and you can see that they've been bruised and scorned, and you know, all of those things. You want to make sure that you remember that those scars are at the root of the tree are you. Those are the things that you've been through, the trials, the tribulations that you had to go through to get to where you are right now, the trials and the tribulations that you will go through to get to where you're going, okay? So just like that palm tree, you're going to come out sweet, and you're going to have every piece of the fruit that you're supposed to be bearing. Okay, you are going to be awesome. You're going to be amazing. You're going to go out there and do great things for other people, all because you were scarred on the way to your success. Okay, and that's all I really want to share with y'all about the palm tree, because listen, like that by itself right there was more than enough for me, and I have more. Okay, I got more, but I just wanted to share those two things with you. You're gonna be scarred, you're gonna fall down, you're gonna bend, you're not gonna break, you're not gonna die, you're not gonna get burnt through all of these different things that you're going to go through. But you have to remember that you are strong. You are a child of God, that he will never leave you. He will never forsake you, that you have so much inside of you. And that's why he gave you the task, in order for you to be able to complete it, to be able to carry it out, to be able to do the things that you are called to do, to be able to reach out to the people that nobody else can reach, okay? Because each of us have a prospective audience, right? We do. We all have a prospective audience. And whoever your prospective audience is created just for you. You just have to remember that when you are out there, to stay in your lane. Do not move to the left. Don't move to the right. You keep your head and eyes straight forward, and you push and you drive on, and you make sure that you're doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, even when it seems like nobody is there. That's just like today. I had my very first class. Everybody here asked for an indoor dance class. Okay, I held the dance class, got the facility for us to do it, and nobody showed up. Okay, so what? I'm going to be there on Wednesday too, and I'm going to be there on tomorrow evening. Okay, I will not give up. You want to know why? Because I feel like he has called me to bring together a group of people here that will be able to pour into each other, to be able to uplift each other, to be able to move forward with one another, okay? And one thing that I have seen here is that people are we all have the same vision to grow, but everybody is so in their own lane. They don't want to help the person next to them because they feel like somebody is going to win the race, okay? And I have to show them that this is not a race to be won by yourself. It's a race that you are going to run with your sister or your brother on the other side, or you're going to end up having to show somebody else the way, even if you thought that this was your idea and somebody else had the idea, but you have another totally different idea. So we're going to bring all of that together, and we're going to blow this place up, okay? We're gonna make this place such an exciting place where people want to grow, where they want to know Jesus Christ, where they want to know, how did you get fired up to be on that mission? How did you get fired up to start that business? How did you get fired up to become a women empowerment speaker? How did you get fired up to become a wellness coach? How did you get fired up to do the things that you are being called to do? Listen, you have to stay in your lane, y'all. You got to know that you are called for a particular purpose, that you are called for something great. You have greatness inside of you. And until you realize that and you trust in the process and you have faith and you believe, only then will you pass the test and be able to move forward to the next level. So I just simply wanted to share that with you all. Oh my goodness. I remember even having a dream the other night, y'all, and God came to me like literally, and he speaks to me in my dreams, and he says that you're on this faith journey. You are on this faith journey, and you have to make sure that you understand that you must put 100% trust in me. This is what God is telling me in my sleep, in my dream. He speaks to me, okay? And I'm telling you, he told me to put 100% in him, okay? And trust me, when you give him your all, he will give you everything far beyond what you ever imagined, could ever dream or want, okay? And I'm telling you, I still remember the day that I threw my hands up and I said, you know what, God, I'm not dating no more. I don't want to date. Like, I'm so tired of trying to find people or trying to go out on these dates with these doggone guys that don't want nothing. They ain't about nothing. They ain't trying to be nothing. I was like, you know what? I just give it all over to you. When you're ready for me to have somebody, like, just send them. Like, just send them to me, okay? I'm tired. I just can't do it no more, okay? And sure enough, I'm telling you, in less than a week, I met my husband that I have now. So I'm telling you, sometimes you just have to do the act of surrenderance. Be able to just throw your hands up and say, you know what, God, I surrender everything to you. This is your project. This is your business. This is your vision that you gave to me. I'm just a vessel that's willing to carry it out, okay? And once you do that, I can promise you and assure you that you will be well on your way to the next level. So you can get your shout on right now because the victory is already yours, okay? You can get your shout on right now because the victory is already yours, all right? So remember, until the next time, nobody can do you better than you. So be great at who you have been called to be. And I will talk with you all soon. Bye.